Today, I'm going to show you guys how to store up your car for winter storage. This guide isn't just for the S2000, it applies to basically any car. If you're storing your car indoors for 4 to 6 months, then this video is for you. It's almost winter here in Canada, so I figured that I store up the S2 since I'm not driving it as much. This is my 4th time storing this car up for the winter, so I've gotten pretty good at it. I figured I'd post a video to help anyone else out who's unsure on how to store up their car for winter. You don't have to follow these steps in exact order. You can complete these steps in any order that's convenient to you. Step 1. Remove exterior accessories. This first step is kind of an optional step. If you have any exterior accessories such as spoilers, lips, hard tops that wouldn't fit under a car cover, now is a good time to remove them. As you can see, I'm removing my spoiler here. Step 2. Cleaning out the interior. Next up, go ahead and remove items from your interior that shouldn't stay over the course of winter, such as pens, chapsticks, sanitizer, gum, water, etc. Also, vacuum your interior and trunk to remove any unwanted dirt. Step 3. Exterior wash. Give your car a quick wash. It's important to ensure that the exterior is clean, as any dust or dirt particles left on the paint can cause scratches once the car cover is placed over it. Once done washing your car, let it dry and then apply a layer of wax. If you recently applied wax, then you don't need to apply another layer. It's totally up to you. If you haven't applied wax recently, then I recommend applying a layer. This adds an extra layer of protection to your car's paint. Step 4 and 5. One last drive and fuel stabilizer. For the next 2 steps, you'll go for one last drive and then fill up your gas tank to full and add fuel stabilizer. So go for one last drive before heading to the gas station. Ideally, it's best to get the fuel tank as low as possible. This will ensure your gas tank is filled with mostly new fuel. Once you arrive at the gas station, fill up your tank to full and then add stabilizer as needed. Fuel stabilizer allows you to extend and maintain the life of gasoline for months and prevents your gas from going bad. This is a crucial step when storing your car for a long period of time. The last thing you want is bad fuel sitting in your gas tank and having to pump it out. To use fuel stabilizer, you will use 30 ml for every 9.5 liters of gas. In this case, the S2000 has a 50 liter gas tank. 50 liters divided by 9.5 liters gives you 5, which means you need to pour 5 measuring spouts of 30 ml into your gas tank. Then drive around casually for 5 minutes to ensure the stabilizer gets mixed in with your fuel.
Alright, so the stabilizer has been added. Now you just have to drive around for 5 minutes. That way the stabilizer mixes with the fuel, and then you can head back home. So let's go for a quick drive.
Five minutes later.
Step 6. Swapping wheels. Okay, so once you're back home, the next step is to swap over your summer wheels to a beater set. I bought a set of AP1 wheels with some decent all-season tires to swap over. The reason why it's important to do this is because the extreme cold can cause your expensive summer tires to crack. Also, since your car is sitting for a long period of time, your tires could develop a flat spot. Having another set of wheels that you don't really care about help prevent those issues. You should also store your summer wheels indoors or somewhere climate controlled. I've seen other people wrap their wheels in foam and plastic to prevent the tires from cracking. Not sure that it helps though. Before installing my AP1 wheels, I'm inflating the tires to 40 psi. This is to prevent flat spotting. Alright, the wheels have been installed. Don't forget to torque it down. Step 7. Applying Shin-Etsu Grease. Applying Shin-Etsu Grease is another important step. This protects your rubber seals and prevents them from cracking over the course of winter. Shin-Etsu Grease is a Honda product, however it can be used on virtually any car. I've heard of counterfeit tubes on eBay, so it's best to buy a tube from a Honda dealership. Essentially, you want to apply this grease to all rubber areas on your car, such as the window seals, convertible top seals, and any rubber seals in the engine bay and trunk, and also the lower door seals. You just need to apply a small amount onto your finger and then massage it into the rubber. Be sure to wear gloves. Step 8. Mold prevention. You want to allow air to enter in the cabin. This will prevent mold growth. If you have a convertible top, keep the top up but unlatch the top latches. Next, roll down the windows about 1 inch. Lastly, keep your vents in the open position. Step 9. Remove electronics. Even though your car will be plugged into a battery tender, it's a good idea to still remove any electronics to prevent further battery drain. Unplug your dash cam, aftermarket radio, USB wires, etc. Step 10. Laying a tarp. This step is optional. You can lay down a tarp on your garage floor. The idea behind this is to prevent the moisture from the garage floor from hitting the bottom of your car. Step 11. Wheel chocks. Move the car onto the tarp and put wheel chocks down. You can chalk off 2 wheels or all 4, it's up to you. Then head inside your car and lightly apply brake pressure. Then put the e-brake down and put the car into first gear. You can now release your foot from the brake. Your car should not roll at all. If your car rolls, then ensure you have the wheel chocks secured properly. Now is also a good time to write down how many kilometers you drove for the year. Step 12. Rodent prevention. When you're storing up a car for a long period of time, you may be worried about rodents. I don't have an issue with that here, but it's better to be safe than sorry. This is definitely more of an issue if you're storing your car outdoors. To start, grab some steel wool and add it to the exhaust. Then apply tape over the exhaust. The idea of adding steel wool is because mice and rats cannot bite or tear through steel wool. Next, if you have a stock intake box, there have been many cases where small mice will nest inside the stock intake box. It's a good idea to block off the intake box with steel wool and tape. If you have an open intake such as my K&N intake, then you don't need to worry about that. You can just leave some rags on top of it to prevent dirt and dust buildup. Lastly, get some dryer sheets and add it into the interior of the car and the trunk of the car. Also, lay some around the exterior. The dryer sheets keep your car smelling fresh, and also it's a rodent deterrent. Step 13. Top off fluids. Do one last checkup on the fluids of the car, top off on oil, coolant, and brake fluid if needed. It's also a good idea to lay a piece of cardboard under the engine to monitor any leaks. Step 14. battery tender. You have two options here. Option 1, leave the battery in the car and attach the battery tender to the battery. Option 2, you can remove the battery from the car and store it indoors with or without a battery tender. For those who don't know, a battery tender charges your battery to full and maintains the charge of it. A battery tender does not revive a dead battery. It simply maintains the charge of a battery. I used a piece of wood to keep the hood slightly propped up so that the battery tender cables can fit. This is the battery tender that I use. It can be found on Amazon. Step 15, car cover. Time to put on the car cover. Before putting on the cover, do a quick wipe down on the car. I had the garage open for 20 minutes and there were leaves everywhere. It's important to wipe down the car because any dirt or dust on the paint surface can cause scratches when putting the car cover on. Also, don't forget to remove your antenna, otherwise the car cover will bend it. Step 16, insurance. Alright, so we're finally here on the last and final step. The car cover is on and the car has officially been stored away for winter. The final step to storing your car is to notify your insurance that your car is in storage and that you won't be driving it. This will save you a decent amount of money each month. I normally store up the car in November, however this year I've decided to store it up at the end of October. I will likely take the car out of storage around April-May time of next year. It will be a painful 6 months of not driving this car, but it is what it is. Anyways, hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.